That's exactly what he wants.
Hello, it's the Daily Live. You could come back score, was it? 13 goals. He got 87. 13 goals for the 100. Like, that's all I wanted to do, get 100 goals for Everton.
Do it.
Chelsea don't like him. We still like him. He'll have to play for 37 pence and a Mars bar. Although he can't even promise a Mars bar because they're not always there. Good afternoon. It is Tuesday the 12th. Whoa. Why are you doing that? I wanted to just see if it was going through.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's the 27th of June, Tuesday. Hope you're all well. Hope you've all smashed that like button. That's what they say, don't they? These YouTube kids smash the like button.
It really helps the channel.
It does. No, I mean, that's true. And hit that bell for notifications. Yeah. Yes. Stuff today that the MSP deal might not be completed for around another 6 weeks. I'm not sure how much that'll affect what Everton are doing right now. If they know that money's coming in.
Does it really matter for our transfer stuff, though?
No, I don't think so.
If the none
cash
of the
flow, maybe. But then our owner did once say that while I'm here, money will never be an issue. Before Russia went to war. Yeah, it shouldn't matter now. And there's plenty of stories around that Everton have got money and everything to spend on players. So we'll see. But yeah, it shouldn't really matter, like you say, because they can't have been banking on that deal to do business in the transfer market, because Moshiri has quite open, take it with a pinch of salt, but Moshiri has quite openly said the money is to finish the stadium, not for the running of Everton Football Club. So it shouldn't, in theory anyway, delay what we're doing. But what it would do, I imagine, is delay the new board members coming on, because MSP are quite clearly going to have 2 places on the board, and one of them may well be a CEO. Because
apparently so.
I don't. Come on, Jem, you're just going to have to walk across the screen very quickly. There you go. What wouldn't it?
Full Ned.
She has gone Ned.
Full Ned.
Well, Ned would have pretended to duck under it, but done the hunchback across it like he normally does. Because Colin Chong, let's be honest, is not going to continue as Everton's CEO long term. So I imagine that MSP, one of their people, may well end up being the CEO of Everton.
Quite possibly, you'd think it would be someone that they would they appoint. They've got their eye on. They've got, so yeah. From that point of view, I suppose I'm reliably informed that interim board will smooth the path for new people to come in, make everything nice and tidy for them, and hopefully that doesn't affect anything. I suppose from a fan point of view, you just want it done, so it feels like there's
progress.
Yeah, it feels like there's like a new era coming at the football.
Well, there was
club.
something yesterday, wasn't it? John Spellman was appointed onto, was it the stadium? Was made the director on the stadium company. I think John Blaine said yesterday. So that was that's another step forward. That things are in progress. So. Yeah. Things probably are, things are moving forward. We've seen the thing from the US thing last week, didn't we? The money. Intellectual thing, the money was there and that signed, and then we've obviously got this stuff with, obviously Everton then named the interim board, and then John Spellman, like I say, he's gone on to stay as a director, I think it is, on Stadium Company. So things are progressing.
As is Colin Chong.
As well. So things are moving in the right direction. And now the next phase of that, while we wait for this to be completed and MSP to have people on the board and that extra bit of comfort that there's outside people.
It's just just sort of like for the layman, I suppose it's a really complicated deal, because it's neither here or there, is it really? In a way, they're not coming in and taking over, and it's not just they're not just giving us capital as such. There is more to the deal, which John and other people have explained a lot better than I could. But it is sort of like the first, because a lot of people would ask, why would a company come in and loan money to you and then expect 2 places on the board, and that shows you that there are the first steps.
Yeah, they're the first knockings of a takeover.
To come into a club, aren't they? I mean, MSP, listen, MSP don't own football clubs. So for them to just come in and say, oh, we're buying Everton without any real understanding, because, we've seen from other people, Big Ted at Chelsea, just because you have run a sports club before doesn't mean you've got the expertise to go in and start dictating who's getting bought and who's getting sold. That they're completely different areas. It does help if you have the basic understanding of running a sports club, marketing it, promoting it, getting the most out of a stadium, all those kind of things, of course. And I think these people will understand how to bring investors in. We know they're involved in other clubs. We know they're involved in McLaren. We spoke about that yesterday with the baseball and McLaren being at West Ham Stadium. There's a lot of crossover there, potential for crossover. But you still need, I suppose, to just dip your toe in the water, and that's what this feels like. It feels like people could be coming on the board to bring their expertise in certainly things like the stadium, how to use the stadium, how to get the most out of the stadium.
That's the key.
So it's not just sitting there. I mean, the stories you hear of Everton. I mean, even just last week, a friend of mine came over from America and he was doing tours of various stadiums. He went to Tottenham Stadium, he went to Man City Stadium. The group he was with went to Liverpool Stadium. He didn't go. And he got in touch with Everton and said, are you doing any stadium tours? And they went, oh, no, because it's the summer and we've got stuff to do. Liverpool were building a new stand. So were Man City. And the group went to those grounds. And it's stuff like that we are so poor at. And of course that will all change, or has to change when you move into a new stadium. But it is that stuff. It is that stuff of how to get the very, very most out of a stadium. So so week in and week out, and obviously during the summer, and making sure you've got like Taylor Swift playing Anfield next summer. It's like there's a huge amount of excitement in that. Everton need to make sure they've got the people on board and the links to those, so that people want to go and play at our stadium, and it's all that kind of stuff. That stuff doesn't happen. You would expect it to just happen automatically, but we've got a track record of just being really, really bad at this kind of thing. We've not utilised Goodison Park properly, really at all. Tours seem to be sporadic. Okay, they do have one once a week during the season, and they get someone involved, but there's not, so hopefully these people help with all those kind of things, and we can start planning maybe for a better future for the children.
There's got to be, though, hasn't it? There's got to be that hope that things are going to get better. They're easy wins as far as I'm concerned. Getting all that kind of stuff, that's the easy part.
It's not easy wins. They're just they come with the stadium.
No, but I'm saying that all that stuff's easy to fix. Then put it that way, low hanging fruit. I think they'll not describe it as. That's all stuff you can fix now, and it starts to change the perception. Everton have allowed the perception of the football club to get away from them. It's already difficult. It's a difficult environment to operate in if you're awash with cash. You're not winning trophies and all that. You've got to keep your fan base engaged somehow. I was thinking about this today. I was thinking about it from our perspective today, of like making content and stuff. The football club just don't make it easy for you. I come in here every day and I'm doing stuff, and I can hear the lads next door doing their live shows and stuff, talking about what player they're linked with today and what player they're linked with there, and giving you rundowns on different things. And it's like, that's a team that is in Europe, finished 5th in the league. It's in Europe, it's gone out, it's bought one, it's after 3 or 4 others, and they're good players and they're getting excited about it. And even mad links you hear them talking about, and you just think, you wouldn't be able to get them. Like yesterday, I heard someone Kylian Mbappe, and to be fair to Paul, he was like, we can't get him now, but there was a time, you never know, we might have. Imagine Everton having a serious conversation about trying to get Kylian Mbappe. We can't get bloody Kylian Murphy. Do you know what I mean? So that's the thing for me. It's like, can we get to a place where things are brighter, things are looking up? We can talk about good players and have an opportunity to get them and be excited. And it's not just like a wish list, or it's not wishful thinking. It's like, no, we could actually get this player. But it wasn't that long ago, relatively speaking, where we were in that position. Okay, we weren't at the top table, but we were talking about players who we might have who were promising around Europe.
Can we just clarify that we understand we can never ever get killed?
No, Kylian Mbappe, that is not
just
Mbappe.
Using that as an example.
I was saying he's top level except players below that, did I?
I just wanted to clarify.
Did I not?
We know that. We are not, we are not stupid.
The next level down. And the next level down. But good
Simone,
players.
Of course, we could get him as our manager.
Well, we could have got him if we'd have paid him the money. And that's the thing, isn't it? So we have to get back to that place where you can start looking up and looking at good players and being excited about it, and actually just looking at players.
You just hope that from Monday onwards things start to evolve. You know what I mean? We'll be in July then, and you hope, and then you hope that things start moving forward, and you hope that we are realistic about what we're doing, and we start to bring in players because we need them, because players have gone out. More players will probably go out, and it has to start happening. The manager has to get back to work. He'll want players in straight away. It's a new financial year, which will help, because that obviously things like that now I mean, it's ridiculous, but things like that are so important now. So you just hope that next week and all that other stuff just happens, because fundamentally, because there is a new board, as John would say, there is a new board. Then we are moving forward. I suppose you have to put all that stuff to one side, which is difficult, of who's on the board, but you'd have to look at it and say, right, this is a new board that's going to transition into another new board, and that's the one that's going to take us forward. And there's going to be a little bit of time, bit of due diligence given to making sure the right people are on it, and that is the board that takes us forward for the football club, for the football team, and for the stadium. And if you get it right, or you think you've got it right, then that can lead to a bit of positivity that spreads around the club, and by removing that negativity, eventually we'll all be on the same page. It's not quite there yet, because I know large amount of fans are still upset that Bill Kenwright is still involved, but hopefully by the end of the summer that is being removed, and we can be looking positively, and all those factors that seem to be like barriers essentially for us as fans can be removed.
Absolutely, mate, because once that happens, I think when people see two new people come in as well from MSP, I think people will feel better immediately. And then if Bill it's more when, not if now, when Bill Kenwright steps down as chairman, then I think Evertonians will feel like, right, thank God, like we move forward now. But we have to move forward anyway, regardless. No matter what, Everton have to be moving forward, and that comes from right now. You just said it's July next week. Players should be coming in the door next week. Whether they are, and it's the best kept secret in the world. It'd be amazing if it was. If Everton got 2 free transfers in on Monday, or be announced at the weekend, then that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? But no matter what, we have to bring bodies in next week. We've got to. Pre-season starts. We've got to start giving Evertonians a boost. We've got to give the squad a boost. You're looking and going, all the players you've left, even players we're not that bothered about, there's still a hell of a lot left.
They're still sitting on the
Isn't
bench.
it 8? I'm sure someone said 8 have gone out the squad already, or 7, is it? But it's a few. I know some of them you're not bothered about them playing, but they're still left the football club, and so they have to. Some of them, even if you replaced half of them, well, half of them have to be players who can play, and that's where we're at right now. And Sean Dyche, Kevin Tell will know this, but we've got to find a way to get those people in so that we can move forward. But all of that has to be almost a twin track anyway, with the board and with everything else that's going on MSP. We still have to be doing what we need to be doing because we are a football club.
Yeah.
So we'll see where we go with that. Linked again with another Leeds play. We'd be better off just trying to take Leeds over.
I think it'd be cheaper,
wouldn't it?
Cheaper.
It's Tyler Adams now, isn't it? Today. Who is a good player. I'd have had him before Leeds took him, to be honest. I think I mentioned him last year before they got him, but he is energetic. He does get about the pitch, likes to tackle. And I guess if someone like Amadou Onana did leave, he'd be someone who could go in there who's a good player. There's lots of others who would probably be cheaper, but he's a decent player and he's the latest one. More non-so rumours again today. Stuff coming out of Italy that Everton want it done immediately, that deal. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, those links continue, and it would be great if we could kick that off and get that going. Get some players in, not just them. I mean, just get the players. Get some players in. Kerrod says Kia Aura team checking in from New Zealand. Hello, mate.
I was going to say good day, but that's not
definitely not
an
New
insult,
Zealand.
mate.
Could be. Kevin Murphy says, "Get in, lads. Hope you're good." Well, we are good because more people keep smashing the like button, so that's really good. Subscribe as well. We went over the 79.4. We're on chasing down 80,000, but ultimately chasing down 100k, which would be massive. So thank you very much. Liam Dunn said, "Support Liverpool." My dad said. No, I said. Support Liverpool, my brother said. No, I said. Support Liverpool, my uncle said. No, I said. I'm an idiot. Liam, you'll have the last laugh.
Liam, you won't have the last laugh.
You won't.
But you've had good times.
You have had good times. Well, there you go. Jakey boy said...
What I would say, I was in town on Saturday. Yeah. Friday night. I was crossing over to the Albert Dock, and literally, I just heard... And I looked around, there's just this lad, he went, "I'm a Red and I love your channel." And he's going on for ages while he's stuck at their life. And I went, "I know you do, mate." I said, "All the Reds love our channel." And then someone the other week stopped me in the cinema, and I was going into Spider-Verse, and he went, "Oh, Pep, he worked there." He was like, "Gotta say, I love your channel." He was like, "No disrespect to the Red men," he said, but "Your channel is like, boss, it's dead funny, you have a laugh." He said, "Haven't you only tuned in for like the miss?" He went, "No, I don't, honestly." He said, "Actually, I feel like I want Everton to win because of you lads." And I went, and then after the film finished, he came out, "How was it?" And I was chatting to him about 15 minutes after the film, and I was like, I'll make sure I come in next time for me Dizzy now, can't you know? And he was like, no, I love you. I was like, loads of Reds watch our channel. I said, they love it. They absolutely. If it's not for the sheer despair, it's for at least we have a laugh and don't take things seriously when we don't sign Bellingham and then collapse to the floor crying.
And then pretend McAllister's better.
Yeah. So it's like,
I know someone stopped me and speak to you. Who's a Red and talked to me for ages, and he was the same. He was like, "Oh no, I always watch this." I was like, "Yeah, because you just love having a laugh, that's why." And he's like, No, it's good analysis, it's good there. I was like, "Yeah, you love having a laugh, mate." John Jones says, "Why can't Colin Chong be CEO? CEOs aren't born; they come up through the ranks."
I do think you're very harsh on Colin Chong. I think you're stopping Colin Chong's dreams, effectively. You've done to Colin Chong what I did to Dwight McNeil. Essentially, it's the same thing. You basically said he can't be CEO. You stopped that lad in his tracks. He's got dreams and ambitions.
I wish I had the power to do things like that at Everton. Not to Colin.
You've just basically dismissed the idea of any being CEO. He's sitting there, he's doing all his stretches at home, going, I'm going to do this, love. I'm going to do it. Like that, getting all ready. And he's like, switches on Toffee TV because we know he loves it. And he's like, Baz, I can't do it. I don't know, I feel really bad.
I'm building him up.
I don't think you are. I think you're literally knocking him down.
I'm just saying, I personally don't see him
personally,
as the CEO.
Know what I think about him? So, no, I was going to say, he's okay.
He's okay.
He's
There
okay.
you go. Well, he might be okay.
He's
so
okay.
Fair enough. Simon Connell says, fellas, thanks for keeping us Isle of White Blues sane during the past 2 seasons. Great show. Cheers, Simon.
Paul Callow did the Isle of Man walk thing. He did it in 19 hours. It was just past. No, Paul.
No,
and he does the walk. He does the walk every year.
Like the way down.
Walks like that. Probably looking for the dead bodies from the TT. And he did it in 19 hours. He did it full lap. Full lap. I mean, probably just better if you just got if you did get yourself a bike, be a bit quicker. But fair play to you, Paul.
Yeah. Enrico Hack says, can't believe what happened to me today, lads. I was at work in Germany today. New older lad came out. I asked where he's from. Turns out he's from Liverpool and a blue nose. Absolutely made my day. Is right, Enrico. Got a comrade to talk to and be sad with. Now, listen, it's the summer and we can't be sad in the summer because Everton are unbeaten since April, apart from losing. Sorry, Everton have lost 1 game since April, and that was to the treble-winning European champions. It's impossible to be not happy in the summer. We don't lose games. That's what you've got to look at. Kerrod says, any other Blues from Australia or New Zealand skipping bedtime to get their daily dose of Toffee TV. Cheers, mate. The Blues, it says, it does become tedious. Can't wait for the change topic to incomings and squad buildings. No, absolutely. Mate, much rather be doing it. It's just, that's the news today. Otherwise, it is Tyler Adams, it's Nunto, it's those kind of things, isn't it? Crimson VRS says, talking of mad links, saw on BBC a certain Icelandic Everton player linked with a move to DC United.
Yeah. Good luck to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Kevin Murphy. Yeah. No, we have done stuff with the club, but we're not in their good books, are we? And a lot of time you need accreditation. We're moving towards that, but we'll see what happens. Philly says, I think realistically change will only occur if either the owner leaves or changes his approach. Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just to be clear, when I was saying about Mbappe, I wasn't talking about Everton with Mbappe. Just for clarification, because I've seen a couple of people going, we can't sign Mbappe, but we might sign him crappy. I didn't ever mean Mbappe. I just said that was Liverpool talking about Mbappe. Carl Roberts says, would you go in for Nicolas Pepe from Arsenal?
No, because
talented player.
He is a talented player, but he's
not,
has he? And he's only shown little signs, and he's not had much game time. And what does that say?
Enrico says, I read Everton are in advanced talks with Rodrigo. It's just half the lead squad, isn't it? It's literally half the lead squad. Harrison, Adams, Nonso, Somerville, and Rodrigo. Jakey Boy says, question for Baz, have you been on the Velocicoaster? Not yet, mate. Not yet, but I will be going on it. I just have not been on it yet. But looks good. Looks very good. Yeah, seen that. Chris Day Thomas says, Chris Sutton saying Everton should buy Lukaku again. Yes or no, lads?
I mean, it would always be a yes. Always.
Detective Riggs says, going around that Branthwaite wants out. Where's it going around from? The lad literally done an interview the other day saying, I can't wait to get back to Everton, and my aim is to play in Everton's first team in the Premier League. So I don't know where he wants out stuff has come from. And someone just saying, me mates, dogs, aunties, nan's cat has heard Branthwaite wants out. Because the lad himself while away with the 21s, talked about getting into Everton's team for next season in the Premier League. So, yeah. I can't see it myself. Oh, and we have been linked, James. You're right. We were linked with Joel Robles as well. So, yeah, that's 6 Leeds players. 6 Leeds players. Liam, no, there is an inevitability about Braithwaite leaving. And you know what? If he wants to go, and Everton get the money for him then. But that is not what he said last week. He talked about getting in our team last week. That's his aim, to be in Everton's first team next season. Jake says, all right, lads, I honestly think we need a player in every single position. That's never going to happen in one window. Obviously, with the lack of depth, I really wouldn't be spending 25 million on one player.
We probably wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm. Benjamin Fairclough says, who do you want us to get in as a striker ped?
Difficult one. I suppose if you're looking at almost like a ready-made one, Dembele. If you're looking at ready-made, but then there's a few sort of undercooked ones in Austria and stuff. So
yeah, Dembele.
Video on it last week.
We did.
And also, there's a video coming out today on Toffee TV Premier about the five that Baz has been looking at
once.
Yeah.
Brian Farrell says, was listening to the Luton CEO on a podcast earlier, talking of 5 to 10 year planning, light years away from the ivory tower dwelling fossils we've had to endure. Yep. Everton Viking says, honestly, I think it's a little worrying if it's taken that long. I think it's one of the most important summers in our history, and there's still so much up in the air in terms of who is running the club and moving forward. This should be all have been geared up to be done this summer. I'm quite worried about the people we actually still have making business decisions and decisions at the club this summer, because it's still the main 2 people that have been disasters for us also in the last few years. That said, I really hope the Nonto rumours are true. I know you're both a little bit unsure, but I see so much potential in him. Apparently he has a release clause, which was mostly impressive for Leeds, but did drop off. Sometimes we expect that with a teenage player in their first full season. Can play across the front 3 and is very good in the core 8 position too. We could make a lot of money from him, and he'd improve us now. Yeah, it depends. All depends on his release clause, doesn't it? If his release clause is 25 million or something, though, then would you really spend that on him? If his release clause is like 10, 12, 15 million, then maybe, yeah. Martin Kitney says, realistically, without any further sales, what do you think our transfer budget is? 15 to 20 million.
Difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to say with numbers up front and stuff like that, whether you can pay over the course of a contract and stuff like that. It really is. I do think it would take, we probably need to sell probably Onana to get a decent amount of money, but who knows how they'll work the money this year. I don't know.
Steve P says, for some reason I'm not getting emails when a new Premier video is uploaded. It's been like that for a couple of months now.
Maybe you're opted out.
Just go and check all your profiles, Steve. Check that again. Steve P also says, would it be unrealistic to say we need 10 new signings? Because we needed 6 and 4 players have already gone out the door. If Gray goes, we'll need to replace him. Sounds mad, but I think it's needed because we have to take all 4 loan spaces. We need 4 starters, backup keeper. We need to start signing assets if we're going to have to sell one every year. Well, certainly you'd imagine some of the 21s are going to become squad players, wouldn't you? Bringing 10 players in is unrealistic. And this can't happen. Every year, we do the same. We need half a dozen every summer. It's just not normal. It's just, we're never ever going to have any kind of team because we just bring too many players in every summer. So they're going to have to get the recruitment right, and they're going to have to pad the squad out with under 21 players. James says, being on a few stadium tours, and Goodison is the worst by a mile. You get shown around 4 rooms in the main stand, and that's it. Surely it's the only part of the club they could make money on when there isn't any game.
Pathetic. Genuinely pathetic.
Everton Viking says, watched an interview with Morad of MSP, and it was very interesting. He's clearly a very intelligent businessman. The best thing about MSP is their contacts. They're also in business with very rich Bahrainian-based billionaires who they could eventually entice to join the investment group over time. MSP do tend to prefer a collaborative approach. I do expect they'll fully take us over at one point and then sell us. But I do fully believe the business side of the club will be 100 times better for their input in a few years. Hope so, mate. That's the hope. That's the hope. Steve Guy says, MSP could take all summer. Can we ever catch a break? I'd sort of be okay with it if Ken Knight had gone, but his presence seems to jinx us at every turn. Gareth says, any idea on the kit date? As usual, we are one of the last. As you said, another small thing, but all small things add up to grow the frustration and divide between club and fans.
Blink-182 said it.
What did he say?
All the small things.
All the small things.
Yeah.
All the small things.
Exactly.
It'll probably be this Friday the 30th.
I think it might be in the next week.
Yeah, well, it's definitely in the next week.
Yeah, I think
I've been told it's definitely within 7 days. So if it isn't Friday...
When were you told it was in 7 days?
No, I was told
Yeah, I was...
A couple of days ago.
I was...
So, yeah, there you go. You get
also the colours.
Something. I can't believe they gone for the purple and orange kit again. It's a tremendous top. It's blue. The blue one. Evan says, if we do somehow get Lukaku, will he actually be able to score again? Of course he would. He knows where the net is. Dean Delaney Cable, what a name, says, hi guys. Hello Dean, hope you're good. Matt Gibson says, some rubbish transfer window this will be with the clown and the liar calling the shots. Keir the criminal will be happy. These are Matt's words, not Toffee TV's words. And you all thought last season was bad. The season hasn't, the transfer window hasn't finished. The season hasn't kicked off, Matt. You cannot take away my sunshine today. Mark Mack says, if Everton were in Spurs' position, would you cash in on Kane and rebuild, or keep him and see if you can get Champions League and him leave on a free? I'd cash in.
Bayern Munich in for him.
They're not making Champions League this season. Not a chance. Not with the manager they've got. Not a chance. Everton Viking says, I was at a party with a few of my mates who were Reds a few days ago, and they were talking about how much of a bargain McAllister was. I pointed out to them that the fee still goes to 55 million, so it isn't really a bargain. Their argument was that it's still better than 75 million, so it's a bargain. In what kind
it is better than 75 million, isn't it?
In what kind of warped world do you live in where 55 million is a bargain? Everton's entire budget might be 55 million. I do think they live in a different reality to the rest of us. Got the money though, haven't they? They do. We hear them sometimes crying poverty, and you're like, you've got the third biggest net spend in the last 5 years. What are you talking about? Or certainly up there, might be the third biggest, but it's up there. And they'll tell you that they've got no money, they've done everything correctly, they've never overspent, they don't do this, they don't do that. But they will look, and they make a lot of money, so why shouldn't they buy players? That's the way they look at it. They shop in a different... They play in a different league to us and shop in a different world to us, don't they? Basically. Ruben de Souza says, nothing is advanced with Everton yet because it's not 2 hours before the window shuts. Jonathan Ricketts says, what's happening with Gibson? He's 23 and signed another new contract. Do you think we will sell, or is he going to be around the first team squad?
We'll sell.
Sell. They'll try and get 500,000 for him or something. I just can't see the lads being injured quite a lot. I know he's had a better season under Joey Barton. He's better just staying with Joey Barton. Good at Fleetwood under him, and he's been good at Bristol Rovers under him. He's better just staying with him, really. And Steve P says, Baz, I'm not convinced by Iliman and Dai. I just don't think he's fast or strong enough, and they'd be wanting 25 million. Malik Tillman would be a much better option. 6'2", can play multiple positions, and he costs 10 million. He's turned down the chance to sign for Rangers permanently. There's a few of them around, Steve. Problem is, in England, every championship strikers now just getting, or forwards, as in Dai is, just get offered so much. You know, you get offered them for 13, 40 million and all that. KS0099 says, seriously, boys, do you think Kenwright will be gone before Bramley? 100% he won't. I don't think he'll be chairman when we go there. That's for sure. Reg Gates says, this is a bit harsh, but, you know, it's his own opinion. Says, how can we have a new start while Kenwright's still the chairman? I only hate 2 people in this world, and he's both of them. You can't really say anything. Reg also says, hi guys, still cold and wet in Perth. How much of our new cash is going to keep Usmanov stable?
I think
I think he's got, 17 billion that he's got, or whatever it is. I think he'll be fine. Sophie says, the Branthwaite story comes from Footballer Insider. Well, there you go. Footballer Insider knows less than Ned about Everton transfer stuff. So, take no notice. Take 0 notice. Simon Connor says, Ped, the walk, the Isle of Man. Baz just mentioned me from the Isle of Wight. Walk of Wight is correct. Your geography is as bad as Ned's.
I thought you said the Isle of Man.
Well, Paul.
I thought you said the Isle of Man.
No, the Isle of Wight.
Oh, they're all islands, aren't they? Except the Isle of Wight's the Tory one, isn't it?
Corin says, afternoon, Ped. Baz, let's hope we can get players out and some good quality players in. Absolutely. Joseph Evans says, Harry Tyler went out on loan today. He did. To Chesterfield.
Step up for him.
Yeah. He was at Chester, wasn't he? Just adding it on Chesterfield. Just had something else because he likes them. Dave Thomas says, smash the like button, everybody. Smash it. Smash it right now. And also, if you're not subscribed, why aren't you? And also, as well, just while I'm at it, why aren't you all subscribed to More Than a Game, our general football channel? I'm doing it. I'm doing some due diligence. I'm going on it now, and I'm checking the numbers, and I expect an increase before the end of this show. I'm even going to give you, I'm going to put it here right now, the link. So I'm expecting a big jump in those numbers by the end of the show. Otherwise, you should all made up that Kenwright stayed and you should all cop-outs.
Did you know Gary Neville's joining the Dragon's Den?
For a guest appearance, yeah.
Is it just a guest appearance, is it?
Him and some other lady, yeah.
Who's the other lady?
I don't know her.
Sexist.
I mean, no, I don't know her. I honestly don't know. Sexist, am I? I just don't know her.
Feels sexist.
Well,
Gemma's just got
really.
her back. She's about to walk out.
Because I don't know some lady's name. Exactly. That's sexist.
So you know fully well, you like Gary Neville, you know his
well, I know Gary Neville.
You know all his stats.
I know Gary Neville.
His inside leg, but you didn't know this woman's name.
I know Gary Neville. I'll find Stephen Bartlett on here because he mentioned it this morning, and then I'll find you the guest.
Hey, that thing that one of us is doing is also in his studios.
In Neville's?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it will be because you've got a thing there for a while, haven't you?
Yeah. It's like the Jag version, so it'll probably be me who's doing it.
Oh, was it like a Jag overlap?
I think so.
Is it? Yeah. Fair play. Yeah, well, is you doing it? You're in with all the shouty ones.
Me and Pager.
I'm not going to them.
What do you mean shouty ones? Your one. Paul just shouts over you.
Yeah, but that's just because he's bigger than me. And his name's Paul. And he gets upset because Liverpool weren't very good. Yes, Gerald says, I'm sub to More Than a Game. Great reads on Smoko. There you go. Dave Thomas has done it. Nice one, Dave. Tom says, afternoon from Santorini, fellas. I'd recommend coming here. It's great. Better views than Anfield anyway. Yeah, it looks lovely, Santorini. I've never been, but it looks lovely. Looks absolutely lovely. Wormy says, get in all or nothing. We need the money. Emma Greeder is, or Grade, is it? Grede? She's the guest on Dragon's Den with Gaz.
And what does she do?
I don't know. That's why I said to you, I didn't know her.
God. She's a British businesswoman.
Billy, thank you very much. And Gareth Jones, thank you very much, as well as Dave who've already gone and subbed to More Than a Game because they're tremendous people. So thank you very much. If you are a Toffee TV Premium member as well, you've got till Thursday to get your free month of Substack, which is more than a game, the editorial arm of it.
So if you like reading, if you've got like the Athletic and stuff, and you like reading stories, good football stories, then that's another place for you to go. And if you're premium, we get that free at the moment.
Got till Thursday to do that, so go and
check that out. It is good.
Check it out. So thank you everyone who's got onto that very quickly. Absolutely tremendous people. Absolutely brilliant.
I can't vouch they're all tremendous people.
No, but they seem like it.
I mean, definitely the ones who've subscribed. Definitely.
Well, there you go.
The ones who haven't subscribed,
well, they're questionable, aren't they? They're questionable. And Stu Rogers has just done it. So there you go. Dave Thomas is going now because he's got a beer. He's got to go and have a beer. Wow. Cheers, Dave. Enjoy it.
Can you do both?
Please enjoy it.
Can you do both?
And Dom has subbed to it, and so Stephen Jones. See, the lads are here. These are all doing. I want to see a few ladies doing it as well, by the way. But tremendous. I mean, there's a few on there. All right.
I need proof. That lady. I need comments from these people.
Paul Boy says Scouse humour and joking about is missing from your show, lads, besides written into the ginger wool. Mate, we have loads of humour on it. You obviously don't watch us, but fair play to you. Philip Gameran says, what do you think of the story of Sims being used in a swap deal plus cash for Gyökeres? I feel like swap deals like that are rare these days. It's just like a thingy, isn't it? It's just like a make weight, that would be, wouldn't it? Just to make the deal up a little bit. But I think even though it'd be reported like that, I think what would actually happen would be Coventry would have to buy Ellis Sims and Everton would have to buy Gyökeres and then do that kind of thing or whatever. But yeah, Steve Parks says, good evening from the Philippines, boys. Keep up the good work. You make this homesick blue nose feel nearer. Gotta go to bed now. We'll watch again in the morning. Cheers, Steve. Thanks for joining in.
Yes.
Tuning in. Gareth says, Baz just got the wife and the son to do it as well. See, Gareth. Oh, Gareth. Oh, tremendous you are. Get them to subscribe to Toffee TV as well, mate, because we're going towards the 100,000, but thank you very much. Scott Blunt says, tell me about the good times. Oh, the good times.
So many good times. So many good times.
I mean, in all fairness
that one time when they had Mars bars.
In all fairness to him, compared to what we've got now, there has been some good times. Compared to what normal teams would have as good times, we've had shite times, haven't we? Thank you, Corin. Thank you very much. Yeah. We've got to have better times. We've got to be ahead, haven't we? Imagine when we're doing this and we're in talks. We're about to sign players. It's going to be so exciting. This is like the... know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
This is like I don't know what it's like, but it's like something.
It's like something.
Something's happening. What's happening here is all of a sudden it's gone very warm.
It did go very warm, didn't it?
The fan isn't on and the window isn't on. No. Steve Kelly, can you walk today after Glasgow? You big Glasgow fella. Says, all right.
Hang on, what happened to Glastonbury to stop him from walking?
Oh, Kelly bladdered every day, I believe. So bad the report.
Fair play.
Well, fair play to him.
Fair play.
All right, lads, hope you both well. Agree with Baz, we need a CEO with massive experience of running huge companies. We've just got rid of Denise, who had no experience of running anything. So nothing against Colin, but he's not up to running a football club. Just done More Than a Game vid with Pat and Alfie. Check it out when it comes out. And Steve also says, Baz, would you rather eat an orange club or go to Glastonbury for 5 days? I would rather have a bath of orange clubs. And you know how much I don't like orange clubs. Colin is world class at stadiums. He might be a good CEO. I just think Everton will go for an experienced CEO. I feel like you took his dream. I just feel like you just want Denise Barrett-Baxendale back. That's what I think. But fair play to you.
I'd have her back working on the T-bar at the back of the Gladys Street.
Glenn Watson says, do you have a Tuesday topic or do you need one?
If you want to send one
over, Glenn, you know what to do. You know what to do. If it's rubbish, we won't do it. No, we will. We'll do it.
What kind of video was this?
Steve Kelly said gutted Winksy is going to enjoy the ball.
He is. He's going to Leicester, isn't he, Winksy?
Yeah. Winksy, Leicester.
Enjoy the championship.
See, if we would have got him, we would have been fine. I think that's where it went wrong.
I think so.
We all didn't want Winksy, and he was what we were missing. Where are we? Stuart Thompson says, obviously I love this channel. I just hope Paige didn't get into too much trouble when she let me in. Gail said hi from the sidelines, as ever.
What?
Is Paige here?
What?
And is Stu here?
What?
I don't know. I mean, Paige isn't here. When were you here, Stu? And weren't we here? Or are you talking about a while ago when you and Gail were here? Paige didn't get into any trouble. I don't know
what's going on.
I don't. Toffee 2 says, hi lads, great show today. I am working out that we'll get approximately 53 million from season ticket sales at Bramley Murdoch, merch and sponsorship to that, and the attraction at the stadium for other events. It could easily generate upwards of 150 million every year for the club. With that kind of money and good recruitment, I think glass half full, we could be in for an exciting future. Well, I hope your sums are right. And that would be. We could be in for an exciting future if we started recruiting properly. Dead simple for me. Dead simple. Ruben de Souza says, saw the price tags of some of the under-21s in the Euros today. And it's mad that Anthony Gordon is worth more than Kefren Turam, Jacob Ramsey, Harvey Elliott and Emmy Smith-Rowe. I do rate Gordon, but all of those are better. Yeah, absolutely. Jake Ablett says, not to name anyone, but you think the leaks out of the club have to stop? Surely how Everton are looked at as a bit unprofessional and joke at times, doesn't it? Well, it would help if there wasn't leaks, wouldn't it? But I think it's football. Things always get out. So
shouldn't though?
No, they shouldn't really. But what can you do? Richard Bond says, fair play to you lads to keep going with little to work with. Ed, are you okay? You've looked a bit miserable lately, says Rich. Fuck off, Rich. I think he's come back from his holiday with a spring in his step. He looks a little bit tired today, but I'll regenerate him in a minute. It's a bit warm.
I've been off me run.
Before his holiday, yeah, he was a miserable bastard. But I think he's been fine since he's come back. There you go. Mark McCormack says, great show as always. Guys, when will we be getting the comedy stylings of Ned? But he's not in today. Basically, his car has been apparently leaking fumes or something but it wasn't like an emergency thing. He just went,
it's a recall. No, it's a recall. Yeah. And it's not like he discovered that he was like turning into the Joker or something. No.
So he went to take it in a while ago and he basically just went, lad, we're not doing that. Go and get on the Walters in Blackpool.
So he's had to take it to Warrington. So instead of just taking the car to Warrington and then getting the train here, he's gone home and decided he needs a day off.
What he told me he was doing, make of this what you will, right? He said he was taking his car to Warrington. He was getting the train into Liverpool Central from Warrington, and then getting the train from Liverpool Central to St Helens to go back home, and go to a coffee shop and read his book for an hour in a coffee shop before going home. And then he was waiting for them to phone him, and then he was going to do the reverse to get back.
Whereas he could have just got a train from Hunts Cross
to Hunts Cross and been in here, and then Hunts Cross back down, got his car. So that's the beauty of Ned. You never know what he's going to come up with next. Gemma can't believe it. Gemma's just like, that's what Gemma just can't believe it. Gemma's wishing she was back in Cos. Really, looking at deserted buildings and being worried. Martin says, would be interesting rather if you guys did a show on the under-21 squad and who you think could step up for the first team. Don't think many could, mate, is the reality of it. Probably why we haven't done it. I think Stanley Mills, but I think he'll probably go out on loan, to be honest. But I think he's one who might feel a little bit hard done to that he hasn't been given a bit of a go in the squad, given he's just one player of the year. But Sean Dyche will be able to have a look at him pre-season only, and then they'll decide what to do with him. Reece Welsh needs a loan. Simple as that. Francis Onkaronko, he probably needs a loan, but I imagine he'll spend the first half of the season in the 21s, and then they'll look to loan him out in January. I think after that, you start, Ishii Samuel-Smith. Well, he's only just turned 17. He's doing well playing in the 21, so he's got to grow in there. But there's not many. There's not that many, really. Tom Cannon's already gone out and isn't considered a 21 anymore, so Isaac Price has left. So there's not that many, to be fair, mate. Gare says, given there seems to be no urgency from MSP to quickly complete this investment, are there any fears that they're more interested in the stadium than the team? Would there be any fear they would do what they were involved with McPartland and sell the ground for, leasing it back to us? They'd have to buy the ground first, wouldn't he? And if that was a long-term lease and it was the only way of raising money, would that be a bad thing? No, John Blaine talked about this and said that's one way to raise investment, sell the ground and get it leased back and pay it off every year. But I don't know whether that's even in the ether, to be honest. Jake Ablett says, I watch all the videos on Prem, but I went onto YouTube to like all of them. All patrons should do the same. Thank you very much, Jake. That's the kind of commitment that I like. Mills and Cannon, someone said, in terms of players who could step up. Well, Cannon, I don't really look at Cannon now as a 21 player. He's been out on loan and played half a season. So for me, he's somebody's first team player now, whether it's Everton or whether it's someone lower down. The Blues says, I say this with love, but Ned is a strange dude. Yeah. He's a nice kid, but he's a strange kid at times.
He just messaged me now.
Has he?
He said, I asked him to do something and he said, doubt I'll have the time. And he said, this next sentence is incredible. I'm going back wire in half an hour. Need to get dressed first. And my laptop's old and slow, but could sort it tonight. Going back wire.
So back to Warrington.
So instead of just saying going to Warrington, going wire.
Okay, fair play. Roy Ashworth says, good evening from Thailand. Great channel, boys. Keep smiling. Cheers, mate. Had a lot today, haven't we? Had a lot from all over the four corners of the globe. It's great. Garrett says, Saturday, 1st of July, I want to wake up with lots of new signings. What's the odds on that? I don't know what to say. CF442 says, I love crumpets. And I think that's but that, to me, that's a comment that I'm here for that.
I don't like crumpets. They're very rubbery. Yeah. They're very, very rubbery.
If you do them a couple of times, though, they go crispy. And then you put
them?
Like, you put them in twice. You know, your toast, they go in twice.
They're not for me.
Because they go crunchy, then, and you put a bit of butter on. They're all right. They're not something you could have there.
They're just Tory toast.
They're not. They're not Tory toast at all, Hardy. Come on. AC wants more likes. Can't believe that there's like 900 people watching. There's only a third likes. He's fuming. He's literally fuming. Yeah, so. It's the same with. I'm gonna check now because we're finishing in a minute. I'm gonna check and see how many people went over and subscribed to MTag.
MTag, is that what we're calling?
Okay, quite a few. It's all right. I like that. I mean, I'll be honest. I was hoping to be at least 100, and it isn't. But at least a lot of you have gone over and done it. So you've got my respect.
Ultimately, they've let themselves down.
No, of course they have. Yeah, not us down. That's up to them. That's up to them. They've got to for the rest of the day be able to look at themselves in the mirror. I don't know whether I could if I was them. That's just we're all each to their own, innit? Each to their own. But
it'd be a struggle.
Oh, it would be a struggle. It'd be a struggle. If you haven't subscribed to Toffee TV today and you haven't liked this video and you haven't subscribed to More Than a Game today, then
3 things that take less than a minute don't cost anything.
Take 4 seconds. Literally 4 seconds to do. Plucky Panda says, what's your take on muffins?
What kind of muffins though? Because muffins are different in different countries. If it's not like the cakey muffin, they have to be moist. They have to be moist. A good moist muffin is ideal with a cup of coffee. But if it's like dry, then I'm not down with the dry muffins. It has to be a moist muffin for me. But then if you go to America, you get the English muffin, don't you? Or like a Mac muffin kind of style. So maybe clarify what kind of muffin. But I like a nice moist muffin. But I also like a breakfast muffin as well. So I'm just covering all the muffin bases there.
Moist muffin. Okay. I mean, it's good. It's good that you can't have a dry muffin.
No.
Gary, I'll post a link again now, mate, for the More Than a Game for you. All 900 of you to go quickly over and subscribe to it. Will be delicious. Moist, if you get a dry muffin,
no one likes a dry muffin.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
really, and it's hard to get your mouth round and enjoy it.
Gemma, where are you on the moist muffins? Yeah, she'd see that. No. She's concentrating so hard on the way.
Do you like muffins? Right, so if it's dry, they're not nice, are they? So, yeah, you don't want it. No,
too much is literally wet, isn't it? You know what I mean? It'll fall apart then.
Would you ever have what would be your accompaniment if you were having a muffin?
Coffee. Surely it would have to be a coffee.
What? No, I meant would you ever consider a little bit of ice cream?
Are you a freak? What are you talking about? Ice cream?
Or cream. I've seen cream added to them. No, all right. I don't like muffins, so I'm just asking you to.
Have you ever tried? Have you ever tried a muffin?
Yeah, they're just too,
I reckon
too big.
You might have had a dry muffin.
Too big.
What do you mean it's too big?
I'd rather
just have half of it.
No, I'd rather have right now.
Yeah, go on.
An ice bun from the Popsy Bakery in Conway. That would be my go-to.
Mate, the lad in the Popsy Bakery. I was standing outside it, and he came to the window and he went, "It's Toffee TV."
That's why he gives me the best.
Should have seen the cake.
The best ice bun.
I got a slice.
Oh, mate, they're about 40 there, mate. They're naughty. They're not for one. Then.
Yeah, he came straight to the window. He was like, "Lad."
He love it, mate.
The Popsies the best, mate. I forgot to take pictures for you, but then I thought you might be like, "No, that's not on that." Yeah, exactly. So I was protecting you more than anything.
Yeah, and I thought you would be.
It was chocolate yesterday. It was Conway was full of American tourists.
Was it?
Full of them. They all thought they were going to see a proper dragon or something. They were loving it. But no, I didn't see if they had what kind of muffins they had, whether they were moist or dry. But I wouldn't expect them to have dry ones.
You wouldn't.
Couldn't you just cut it in half and put the other half in the fridge?
Yeah, I don't like them that much to be. Like my favourite, if I was having my favourite cake, I don't know why we've got onto cake. Everton mustn't have signed someone, we're onto cakes now. My favourite cake is definitely that the ice bun from the Popsy. Yeah. But if it was I do like a little custard slice, but the small ones, the one. Mate, the one in the Popsy is incredible, right? But it's like a me and you cake. We'd have to have half each. It's about that.
I want. Well, it's more like a vanilla slice. I have. Yeah. See, I literally want it so I could do my patio with it.
But you could. The time I got one from the Popsy, I don't think the brick I've bought at Everton is big. As big as
you
that
could
one.
Insulate your house with these things.
Easily, mate. It was amazing. And the custard was about that thick. Tremendous.
But no dry muffins.
No dry muffins. Crumpets, not convinced on crumpets. No, crumpets are all right, but like I said, they've got to be a bit crispy. Because otherwise, you're right, they are. Oh, someone's just put crumpets and Nutella. No. See, I like Nutella on its own.
B. Johnson.
Sunak it was. What the fuck? Yeah. Let's have a look. Corin, come on, hit the like button. See if you this should be getting 500 likes this show. A, because we're onto cakes, and B, because we've got no Everton content and we're talking about cakes as well. To try and stretch it till 2. We're giving it till 2.
It's just suddenly gone 80.
We should have really finished the 1:45, and because I like it all, we've kept it going. But I'm going to do another check now on More Than the Game, and that better have gone up by 100. Otherwise, you're really bad people. Evan Crafts, I don't think I can say that, Kev, to be fair, but I get it. And Stu says, Baz, this one's for you. I think I know Ped's views, but would you wear a shirt from a club that is in Everton? Just Everton, Scotland. What, out and about? I wouldn't wear an Everton shirt out and about, to be honest.
What's this? You know my views?
I think you'd say you might do. But then he might be saying you wouldn't do.
I want to know, why do these people think I'm so rigid?
I don't know.
I would, but... not anything new. It would be retro.
Yeah, retro.
It'd be a retro shirt. It wouldn't be anything new. I wouldn't. I've got hoodies and stuff for other clubs, but and running tops and stuff, but zip ups like this. But I wouldn't wear anyone else's new kit. But I'd definitely wear like retro stuff.
Okay. Michael says greetings from Kephalos. Greetings, Michael. Hope you're having a lovely, I was going to say lovely holiday, but you might live there, so I don't know. But have a lovely time in Kephalos, whether you live there or you don't. Okay, I don't know what that's on about. I mean, Cam said, so you like moist muff, Ped? Cam's gone route one.
I can see what you're trying to do there, and I think if you put an I and an N at the end of it, you'll get the full description. But
so
listen,
you want to be in the moist muff?
It has to be moist. For it
Cam's gone route one. Cam's gone.
You want it.
Cam's knocked it long.
You want it to melt in your mouth, and the only way it does that
is
it's moist. It's got to be moist.
AC says, love the new time for the show, 10 p.m. in Sydney. Falling asleep to the dulcet tones of Baz. Are you trying to say, AC, that I'm boring? Is that what you're trying to say? Which is fine.
You're a crooner.
Is that what it is?
That's
it. Simon Connor says, USA worked in Pennsylvania in 92. They were on about English muffins. 'Twas a fairy cake.
Okay. It's a fairy cake?
That's what they used to be called, isn't it? Fairy cake.
I thought an English muffin is
a big.
It's like what you get with an Egg McMuffin. That's an English muffin in America.
Oh yeah, like you get
it with your breakfast.
Yeah, the breakfast thing. Yeah.
That's an English muffin.
No, what's mad?
Go on.
Is the when they say like a scone, and a scone is basically.
It's like something you have with chicken.
Yeah, you have the chicken and biscuits. It's literally a scone.
Biscuit's a scone, yeah.
And you're like, why are you putting that with me chicken? I like that with like jam. You know what I mean? What are you putting it with chicken?
They're weird, aren't the Americans?
Yeah, strange.
It's like they got all the stuff and just
strange.
didn't know what to do with it. So they just went, what's that? Oh, yeah, put that with chicken.
Mm.
Oh, mate, you put it with cream and jam.
Yeah. Kevin Murphy says, Baz loves Battenberg cake. I don't.
I love Battenberg cake.
See, you've ruined it. You've dived in 2-footed. I've rode the tackle. I've megged you. Rode the tackle. I've stopped, looked, laughed, and left you for dead on the floor. And Ped's come in with a little 50-50 after, even though the ball's gone. He just wanted to do you. But he likes Battenberg. Yeah. See, Kev, never, ever, ever dive in with 2-footed because I will dance round you and you won't be the first, son. Believe me. Okay. Where are we here? Because these are flying. Jay says, M-Tag, I'm in. Belgian bun all day long. Nice one, Jay. Some for a Belgian bun.
Very plate,
Murray Blair Park says, custard slice, God's food. Is right, Murray. Murray's top dog. Simon Connor says, how do I join Premiere? Nothing on here that I can see. A new PC, but amongst 12 in a recording studio. Hang on.
I mean, it's in the description. It's literally
in the description, but do you want me to put the link? I'll put the link in for you right now. Just go onto this and you can join. See? Look how nice I'm being putting links in. And all you guys had to do was subscribe to M-Tag, hit the like button in this live stream, and subscribe to Toffee TV. Right, last few. Cameron says, bit of grated cheese on a crumpet under the grill.
I don't trust anything Cameron says. I just don't.
Plucky Panda says crumpets are just a vessel for all the butter.
Yeah.
It does. They have got holes in and it does just go through and comes out the other.
It's just a sponge.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, a sponge.
Just a sponge.
A black sponge. Even SpongeBob wouldn't touch it. Yeah, okay. What about waffles, says Detective Ribs? Riggs. Hello? Detective Riggs.
Is he getting too old for this?
Riggsy, enjoy the waffle. What's your take on waffles?
I love waffles, but like
a sweet one or
sweet ones. Like we were conned.
No,
we were conned in this country.
Well,
we were conned. We were told waffles were potato, so we were conned, and yet they're not. They're a lovely breakfast accompaniment, you know. And we were conned in this country, I'm afraid, with the potato waffles.
I mean, I'm fuming with this one from Gareth.
Put a generation off waffles.
I'm fuming here with Gareth. Ted, didn't know you come down to Conway. Do you want me to send you some nice cakes from Bet's, me mum? Hang on, Gareth. I'm in Conway all the time. I literally fly the flag for Conway. So why is it just Ped?
What do you mean you fly the flag? What does that even mean?
I'm always there, bigging it up. I love Conway. But fair play to you, Gareth. If Ped's your favourite, I've got no problem with that.
I don't understand
no
the reference, though. You fly the flag. Where are you flying this flag?
Everywhere.
Where?
I'm at a Conway.
What's the flag?
Conway.
What's the flag?
The flag is
just
literally...
a big castle?
Yeah, just a castle and the Liverpool Arms in the corner, the smallest house in the other.
Smallest house.
Okay. Davo says Indian or Chinese?
Oh,
Chinese, just. I do like an Indian. Corin says, what about donuts, lads?
Love donuts. I'll be honest, I love all these things. If it's sweet, I love it.
Okay.
There's nothing I don't like that's sweet.
Nick Carr says, Baz, scone cut in half, toast under the grill, then butter. Oh, so it's a hot scone? Yeah, hot scone with butter's all right.
These have jumped the shark.
No, a hot scone with butter's all right.
No, listen. These are things you get served up in boarding schools. Honestly.
A hot scone?
Honestly. Honestly. No, a hot scone?
You are chatting absolute pony.
Oh, my God.
No, mate, no.
Someone.
No.
You went to boarding school and someone did something not nice to you.
Mate, I went to Quarry Banking, you know it. What are you chatting?
You went to Colin
You like
and
muffins?
Pegleg got you.
Muffins, literally Boris Johnson's favourite thing. Pegleg. He legged me. Him and the white lady legged me all over that dormitory, mate.
For your hot scone?
For the hot scone. He wanted my hot scone. Michael, you had me in Kefalos before. You've lost me within 1 second. Are you ready to this? Are you ready? This is going to ruin your day. In fact, I might just end this stream now.
I want to hear it.
Listen, I want these likes, 400, so hurry up. Blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
So you might think, sambas, yeah. With tomato sauce.
Yeah, okay. Wait, see ya.
That is you, Michael. We might bang you from the channel. That's filth. Yeah. Filth. Stephen Lee, no good news at the moment. Wormy Spoon says melting your mouth muff, superb. It's gone. Simon Connor, you've had to come back because you've left your coffee. You've done that. Oh, of course, yeah. Simon Connor says, Baz, my wife likes your dulcet tones too. Honestly, fair play. Corin says, welcome to Cake TV. Absolutely. Right, baked beans in America are awful, says James. The sausages, the bacon is awful. You don't have real bacon.
You've got to, you've just got to know that, though. Got to know that.
You have to accept it. Yeah.
But the scrambled egg is...
Scrambled egg. Yeah, okay.
The sausage patties.
The sausage patties. Fulham are in... There's a bit of football, eh? Fulham are in for Iniacho, it appears. Going to be another forward we missed.
Good luck too.
Gary's gone for a chocolate eclair. Okay. Simon's doing this in secret at work. Fair enough. SCE Customs has said chocolate eclairs too. They're all right chocolate eclairs, but they're not like...
Good chocolate.
Reuben, chocolate eclair over an iced finger. You ain't been the Popty Bakery in Conway, my friend.
But have you tried the eclairs from the Popty Bakery?
Yeah.
I don't think you have.
I think we have, because my missus has tried them.
But that doesn't mean you tried it.
I had a bite of it.
She might have jumped out of it. That's like saying, me missus jumped out of a plane once, so that basically makes me a fucking skyscraper.
A skyscraper, yeah.
Scraped
it, yeah. All right, yeah. All right. Kevin Murphy says, cracking show today, lads.
Fabio staying at Juventus.
Okay.
Signed
has he? Yeah. All right. Kenjamin, what a name, says cinnamon and raisin bagel toasted half.
Not decide whether you're going to be called Ken or Benjamin.
They couldn't decide it. Do you actually like toffee, says Plucky Panda? Some of it, yeah. Brother Blue says they microwave bacon in America. They do. Where is it? Okay. Richard Bond says Cake TV is almost at bald player levels. Yeah, it's tremendous. Jacob, I'll be doing it in the new season. Yeah, Ped's doing another version of it, so look out for that one. Something like that. Detective Rig says, Ped, sausage patties from Aldi. Give it the out.
If it's from Aldi, then I'm in.
Stu Rogers says, haven't had chocolate for about 10 years, but loved an M&S eclair. Fair play to you. Fair play. This is the final refresh on Premier, and then we definitely are going. This has gone on far too long. You won't be getting this goodness again. Okay. Benjamin says, I've tried to do the right thing as a parent by saying to my two lads support City, but they aren't having any of it. I know, mine's the same. My lad's the same. I tried to talk him out of it, but he's just like season ticket older, that so. Ned with his Saints lingo, says Dave Green. Jake says, I turned 28 yesterday, starting to feel old. Well, happy birthday, mate. I forgot to say, last week I seen a happy birthday sign in someone's window, lives around the corner. I always see him wearing his Toffee TV gear. So happy birthday to whoever that was. Yeah. Right, we're going. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined us. We, of course, will be back at 5 o'clock on Premier for the live, and we'll be back tomorrow. Mad Welshman, join Premier. We'll see you later then, won't we, at 5? Top man. Right, we're going. Take it easy. Thanks a lot. Like the stream on the way out. Peace.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.